Daily Horoscope for Libra, June 23, 2025. Welcome to your cosmic forecast, Libra. Today presents a fascinating astrological landscape as we move through the early days of Cancer season, bringing emotional currents that contrast with your natural air sign tendencies. Let's explore what the stars have in store for you on this summer day. The Sun in sensitive Cancer is forming a square aspect to your sign, creating a gentle tension between your diplomatic, intellectual approach and the more emotional, nurturing energy of Cancer season. This isn't necessarily challenging. Think of it as an invitation to balance your rational mind with your heart's wisdom. What truly stands out today is Venus, your ruling planet, making a harmonious trine with Jupiter from Leo to Sagittarius. This magnificent aspect amplifies your natural charm and brings opportunities for connection, beauty, and expansion. With Venus in passionate Leo, you're radiating a particularly magnetic energy today, and people are noticing. The Moon in fellow air sign Aquarius supports your innovative thinking and creates a lovely sextile to your sign. This aspect encourages social connections, humanitarian efforts, and breaking from routines. You might feel particularly drawn to group activities or causes that align with your ideals of justice and harmony. However, there's an interesting development with Mercury in Cancer, forming a tense aspect with Mars in Aries. This could manifest as communication challenges, where emotional reactions might override logical discussion. As a Libra who naturally seeks peace and compromise, you may find yourself mediating heated exchanges or navigating your own internal conflict between what you think versus what you feel. In your career sector, Saturn continues its transit through Pisces, bringing structure to creative or compassionate work. Today's aspect between Saturn and the North Node suggests a significant conversation or realization about your professional path could emerge. Pay attention to mentors or authority figures who offer guidance. Even if their delivery seems stern, there's valuable wisdom to absorb. Financially, Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected developments in your 8th house of shared resources. Today's energy suggests a sudden insight or opportunity related to investments, loans, or resources shared with others. Your natural Libran ability to see multiple perspectives will help you navigate any surprising financial matters with grace. In matters of the heart, today's Venus-Jupiter trine brings particularly fortunate energy for romance and relationships. For coupled Libras, this cosmic blessing encourages heartfelt expressions of love and perhaps even a touch of extravagance or adventure together. For single Libras, your appeal is magnified, and chances for meaningful connections are heightened, especially in settings related to education, travel, or cultural events. Your physical vitality gets a boost from Mars in energetic Aries, though this placement can sometimes lead to burnout if you push too hard. Balance your activities with adequate rest, focusing particularly on your throat and kidney areas, traditional Libran vulnerability points. The Aquarius moon also highlights circulation, so movement that gets your blood flowing without overexertion would be ideal. A key theme for you today involves decision-making. With Neptune forming a quincunx to your Sun, there might be some fog or confusion around choices. Your Libran tendency to weigh all options could be amplified to the point of indecisiveness. Combat this by setting clear intentions in the morning and trusting your initial instincts more than usual. Pluto's ongoing retrograde in Aquarius continues to transform your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Today's aspects suggest a powerful realization about how you share your authentic self with the world. An old pattern related to seeking approval or maintaining appearances may be ready for release. Your communication style receives cosmic support as Mercury forms a sextile to your ruling planet Venus. Your words carry extra charm and persuasiveness today, making it an excellent time for important conversations, negotiations, or presentations. Your natural diplomacy is enhanced, allowing you to address even difficult topics with grace. The asteroid Chiron in Aries sits opposite your sign, highlighting relationship wounds that may need attention. Today's aspects suggest an opportunity for healing through honest conversation with someone important to you. Remember that vulnerability, while challenging for conflict-averse Libra, often leads to deeper connection. As we look at the lunar nodes, the North Node in Pisces is calling you toward more compassionate service and attention to your daily well-being routines. You may receive inspiration today about how to align your work life with your spiritual values or how to bring more meaning to your everyday habits. A practical tip for today. With all these complex energies, creating beauty around you will help maintain your equilibrium. Libra thrives in harmonious environments, so take a few moments to straighten up your space, add fresh flowers, or play music that soothes your soul. The color blue-green would be particularly supportive for you today, helping to balance heart and throat energies that are activated by today's planetary positions. Consider wearing this color or surrounding yourself with it to enhance communication and emotional clarity. Your most harmonious connections today will likely be with other air signs, Gemini and Aquarius, and fire signs benefiting from the Venus-Jupiter trine, Leo and Sagittarius. A Gemini friend might offer particularly helpful perspective on any decisions you're facing. As the day concludes, the Aquarius moon forms a beautiful aspect with the sun in Cancer, helping you integrate the intellectual and emotional themes of the day. This is an excellent evening for journaling, heart-to-heart conversations, or creative pursuits that express your unique vision of harmony. Remember, Libra, your greatest strength has always been your ability to find balance amid competing forces. Today's skies offer rich opportunities for growth precisely because they present contrasts for you to harmonize. Trust your natural talents, embrace both logic and intuition, and know that your diplomatic genius is exactly what the world needs now. Tomorrow will bring a shift as the moon moves into Pisces. So use today's clear-minded Aquarius moon to make decisions and set intentions before the emotional waters rise. You've got this, beautiful Libra. The scales of the cosmos are tipping in your favor. For Libra, on June 23, 2025, the celestial bodies create a fascinating array of influences through their positions relative to your sign. The sun will be positioned in Cancer, creating a square aspect to your Libra energy. This 90-degree angle generates a productive tension between your natural diplomatic tendencies and the more protective, emotional energy of Cancer. The sun illuminates your 10th house of career and public image, bringing attention to your professional life and possibly creating opportunities for recognition, though you may need to navigate some emotional undercurrents in leadership situations. Venus, your ruling planet, will be traveling through Leo during this period, activating your 11th house of social connections and future aspirations. With Venus in this fiery, expressive sign, your charm is amplified in group settings, and creative collaborations could prove especially fruitful. There's a notable trine between Venus and your Libra sun, creating a harmonious flow of attractive energy that you can leverage in both personal and professional relationships. Mercury, positioned in the early degrees of Cancer, influences how you communicate in professional settings. You may find yourself expressing ideas with more emotional intelligence and intuitive understanding than usual, which serves you well in negotiations or presentations. The moon will be transiting through Scorpio on this particular day, highlighting your second house of resources, values, and self-worth. This creates an opportunity to examine deeper feelings about security and what you truly value. Mars in Taurus creates an opposition aspect to your sign, generating dynamic tension in partnerships. This alignment suggests potential friction with collaborators or partners, requiring tactful navigation of assertive energies. Your diplomatic skills will be essential in maintaining harmony while still advocating for your needs. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, will be positioned in Gemini, activating your 9th house of higher learning, travel, and philosophical outlook. This placement supports intellectual growth and may bring opportunities related to education, publishing, or international connections. A favorable sextile between Jupiter and your Libra planets enhances your ability to see multiple perspectives and make balanced judgments. Saturn continues its transit through Pisces in your sixth house of daily work, health, and service. This placement has been asking you to bring more structure and discipline to your daily routines and work responsibilities. On this particular day, Saturn forms a quincunx aspect to your Libra sun, creating some friction between your desire for balance and the demands of practical responsibilities. Uranus in Gemini creates a supportive trine to your Libra planets, infusing your intellectual pursuits with innovative energy and potentially bringing surprising insights or connections related to communication and learning. This position encourages you to embrace progressive ideas and unexpected changes in perspective. Neptune in Aries occupies your seventh house of partnerships, creating some potential for confusion or idealization in close relationships. On June 23rd, Neptune forms a challenging square to Venus, suggesting that you should be particularly mindful about seeing relationships clearly and not projecting fantasies onto partners or collaborators. Pluto in Aquarius forms a supportive sextile to your Libra sun, empowering your authentic self-expression and deepening your impact in social reform or group endeavors. This aspect supports transformation through balanced collaboration and fair-minded leadership. The North Node in Sagittarius and South Node in Gemini create an axis that intersects with your houses of belief systems and communication, suggesting that your growth path involves developing a broader philosophical understanding while releasing overthinking or scattered mental energy. Chiron, the wounded healer, positioned in Aries, continues to activate healing around identity and self-assertion in ways that complement your Libran quest for harmony without self-sacrifice. For Libra, this planetary alignment on June 23rd creates a day where professional visibility combines with social opportunity, though emotional undercurrents require careful navigation. The positions suggest paying particular attention to how you communicate your ambitions and how you balance professional demands with your need for harmonious relationships. The most significant aspect pattern affects your houses of career, resources, and personal foundation, creating a T-square that can generate productive tension if channeled constructively toward your goals. With Mercury forming a trine to your ruling planet Venus on June 23rd, 2025, your communication abilities are exceptionally enhanced today, Libra. This harmonious aspect creates a beautiful flow between your thoughts and how you express them, making this an ideal day for important conversations, presentations, or creative writing endeavors. Your natural diplomatic skills are amplified, allowing you to navigate even the most delicate discussions with grace and tact. The moon in Aquarius activates your fifth house of self-expression, adding an innovative and somewhat unconventional flair to how you communicate your ideas. You might find yourself thinking outside the box, approaching conversations from fresh angles that surprise even you. Jupiter's position in Gemini continues to expand your mental horizons, encouraging you to express broader perspectives and philosophical insights that you might normally keep to yourself. This planetary alignment particularly supports communication related to travel, higher education, or cross-cultural exchanges. Notice how your words seem to carry more weight today, resonating deeply with others. For those Libras involved in media, writing, teaching, or public speaking, today offers a rare opportunity where your message not only lands clearly, but potentially reaches a wider audience than anticipated. Mars in Taurus in your eighth house creates an underlying intensity to your exchanges, especially in intimate conversations. You may find yourself able to articulate deeper emotions and thoughts that typically remain beneath the surface. Digital communication channels seem especially favorable today, with electronic messages and social media posts receiving positive engagement. However, with Neptune's influence, be mindful of potential idealization in communication. Make sure you're seeing conversations and agreements clearly without rose-colored glasses. Around midday, when the moon aspects Saturn, you might experience a brief period where self-doubt creeps in about how you're expressing yourself. This is temporary. Remind yourself of your natural gifts for finding the right words. Your ability to see multiple perspectives makes you an excellent mediator today. If colleagues or friends find themselves in disagreement, your balanced approach to communication can help bridge divides. Creative expression is particularly favored as Venus in Leo illuminates your 11th house of hopes and social connections. Artistic Libras will find that sharing their work brings unexpected connections and opportunities. Listen as attentively as you speak today. With Mercury's influence, you'll pick up on subtle cues and unspoken messages that others might miss. This heightened perceptiveness allows you to respond to what's really being communicated, not just what's being said. Your throat chakra is especially open and balanced today, allowing truth to flow freely while maintaining your signature kindness. For those Libras who typically struggle with making decisions or taking clear stands, today offers a window of clarity where you can express your preferences and boundaries without the usual hesitation. Consider recording your thoughts today in a journal. The insights that come through your writing may surprise you with their wisdom and provide valuable guidance in the weeks ahead. Professional communication is especially favored during the morning hours when your analytical abilities are sharpest. Save more emotional or personal conversations for the evening, when the moon's position will support deeper emotional connection through words. On June 23, 2025, Libra finds themselves at a fascinating financial crossroads as Venus, your ruling planet, forms a supportive trine with Jupiter in your 8th house of shared resources and investments. This cosmic alignment signals an excellent day for exploring collaborative financial ventures and partnerships that could yield substantial returns over time. The energy today particularly favors investments related to art, beauty, luxury items, and harmonious environments, areas where your natural Libran aesthetic sense gives you an advantage in spotting value before others do. With Mercury in your 10th house of career and public reputation forming a favorable aspect to Saturn, financial opportunities may arise through professional connections or previous work being recognized by authority figures. A conversation with a mentor or superior could open doors to additional income streams or resources you hadn't previously considered. Pay particular attention to financial advice or opportunities presented between 2 and 4 p.m., when the moon in Taurus activates your natural financial intuition. The 2nd house of personal finances is receiving positive energy from Neptune today, suggesting that your creative approach to money matters could lead to unexpected prosperity. Consider how you might leverage your natural diplomacy and sense of fairness in negotiations. These Libran qualities are particularly magnetized for financial gain today. However, Neptune's influence also suggests avoiding financial decisions made from a place of emotional attachment or illusion. Verify all details twice before signing financial documents. For Libras managing business finances, today's planetary alignment supports strategic reallocation of resources. The North Node's position indicates that stepping slightly outside your financial comfort zone could connect you with progressive revenue opportunities. This might involve embracing digital currencies, peer-to-peer lending platforms, or community-based economic initiatives that align with your values of fairness and equality. Jupiter's expansive energy in your 8th house suggests that loans, grants, or other forms of financial support may become available with less resistance than usual. If you've been considering applying for funding or seeking investors for a project, today's energy supports taking that initiative. The application process is likely to flow more smoothly than expected, particularly if your proposal emphasizes balance, partnership, and mutual benefit, all Libran strengths. A square between Mars and Pluto suggests potential tension around shared finances or resources with partners, whether business or personal. Navigate these waters carefully, using your natural diplomatic abilities to find compromise rather than forcing your perspective. The financial opportunity here lies in transforming potential conflict into collaborative problem-solving that ultimately strengthens financial bonds. The Sun in Cáncer illuminates your 10th house of career and public standing, drawing attention to your professional value. This placement suggests that your worth in the workplace may be reassessed favorably today, perhaps leading to discussions about compensation or benefits. For self-employed Libras, this energy supports raising your rates or introducing premium offerings that better reflect your true market value. Uranus in your 7th house continues its long-term transit, suggesting that unexpected financial opportunities may come through partnerships or collaborations that break conventional molds. Today's aspect to your ruling planet Venus amplifies this potential for surprising financial developments through relationships. An unconventional offer or unusual business proposition that initially seems strange might actually harbor significant profit potential approach with curious openness rather than immediate dismissal. For Libras considering real estate or home-related financial decisions, today's lunar position suggests favorable timing for researching options, though perhaps waiting until after the upcoming Mercury retrograde before finalizing major purchases. Property investments with aesthetic appeal or historic charm may particularly appreciate in value if acquired under this planetary alignment. Your financial intuition is heightened today as the moon forms a beautiful sextile to Neptune in your 6th house. Pay attention to subtle feelings about financial opportunities. Your subconscious may be processing information your conscious mind hasn't fully recognized. This aspect particularly supports financial opportunities related to health services, daily routines, or improvements to work efficiency. The asteroid Pallas, Athena in your 2nd house of personal resources, forms a supportive aspect to Saturn today, indicating that strategic financial planning with long-term security in mind will be particularly rewarded. This is an excellent day to review retirement accounts, insurance policies, or estate planning matters. The practical wisdom you apply now could significantly enhance your financial security for years to come. For Libra on June 23, 2025, your fortunate areas shine with remarkable potential as Venus, your ruling planet, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your 9th house. This celestial alignment opens doors to expansion through higher learning, travel, and philosophical pursuits. The cosmic energy today particularly favors intellectual exploration and cross-cultural connections. With the Sun in Cáncer, illuminating your 10th house of career and public reputation, professional recognition is highlighted as one of your most fortunate areas today. Expect opportunities to showcase your talents to authority figures or to receive acknowledgement for projects you've been developing. The moon in Sagittarius activates your communication sector, bringing fortunate encounters through conversations, short trips, and information exchanges. A message or piece of news received today could prove especially valuable in the coming weeks. Financial matters also receive positive aspects as Mercury forms a helpful sextile to Saturn, bringing stability and practical opportunities related to shared resources or investments. This is an excellent day to discuss long-term financial planning or to seek advice from mentors regarding wealth-building strategies. Your 7th house of partnerships receives beneficial energy from Mars, making relationships, both personal and professional, a fortunate area today. New collaborative opportunities may emerge that balance perfectly with your natural diplomatic abilities. Creative pursuits are especially favored as the Venus-Neptune trine enhances your artistic sensibilities and intuitive capabilities. For those involved in design, music, or visual arts, inspiration flows abundantly today. Your 6th house of daily work and wellness also receives positive aspects, suggesting that improvements to your health routines or workplace environment will yield significant benefits. Consider implementing new organizational systems or wellness practices today. Social connections bring unexpected advantages, particularly through groups or organizations aligned with your ideals. A friend or acquaintance may introduce you to an opportunity that resonates with your long-term vision. The most propitious time window occurs between 2 and 5 p.m., when lunar aspects perfect, making this an ideal period for important meetings or launching initiatives. Your natural Libran gifts of diplomacy and aesthetic discernment are especially powerful today. Trust your instincts about beauty and harmony in all decisions. Fortunate areas extend to learning environments, making this an excellent day for workshops, seminars, or applying for educational opportunities. For Libras seeking romance, evening hours bring charming energy as Venus aspects highlight your natural allure. The third house of communication receives beneficial aspects from Mercury, making writing, speaking, and negotiating particularly fortunate activities. Any contracts signed today tend to develop favorably over time. Community involvement brings unexpected benefits, possibly leading to valuable connections with influential individuals who appreciate your balanced approach. For Libras working in law, publishing, or international fields, today brings especially favorable circumstances for advancement. Your innate sense of justice aligns perfectly with the day's energy, making mediation, conflict resolution, and creating harmony particularly successful pursuits. Areas involving siblings or extended family also receive positive aspects, potentially bringing beneficial news or supportive interactions from relatives. Technology-related matters flow smoothly today, making this an excellent time for digital launches, website updates, or exploring innovative tools that streamline your workflow. On June 23, 2025, Libra's social landscape undergoes a fascinating transformation as multiple celestial bodies converge to influence your interpersonal dynamics. With the Sun firmly established in Cáncer, occupying your 10th house of public image and career, there's a natural spotlight on how you present yourself socially, particularly in professional contexts. This positioning creates a subtle pressure to maintain harmony in work relationships while still asserting your authentic voice. The most significant social influence today comes from Venus, your ruling planet, positioned in Gemini and forming a harmonious trine with your Libra energy. This creates an exceptional flow of communication and social charm around you. You'll find yourself particularly eloquent, able to express complex emotions with ease, which makes this an outstanding day for mending any strained relationships or misunderstandings that have lingered in your social circle. Mercury, also in Gemini, amplifies your already strong communication skills, creating a rare window where your thoughts and feelings align perfectly with your ability to express them. Social conversations flow effortlessly today, and you'll notice people being unusually receptive to your ideas and perspectives. This is an excellent time to initiate important conversations that require both diplomacy and clarity, your natural strengths enhanced by current celestial positions. Jupiter in Gemini further expands these social opportunities, creating potential for meaningful connections that could develop into important long-term alliances. Pay particular attention to chance meetings or casual conversations that might initially seem insignificant. There's strong potential for these to develop into something much more substantial. The Jupiter influence brings a certain lucky quality to your social interactions, potentially connecting you with people who can help advance your personal or professional goals. The Moon in Sagittarius today creates an interesting dynamic in your third house of communication and immediate environment. This position stirs a desire for more philosophical, meaningful exchanges rather than small talk. You might find yourself craving deeper conversations that challenge your thinking and expand your worldview. Social gatherings that incorporate learning, cultural exchange, or intellectual stimulation will feel especially satisfying. Mars in Taurus occupying your 8th house brings an undercurrent of intensity to some of your social interactions. You may notice power dynamics or unspoken tensions surfacing, particularly in close relationships or partnerships. This isn't necessarily negative, it's an opportunity to address and transform these dynamics into something healthier and more balanced, which is always your natural inclination as a Libra. Saturn's position in Pisces creates a subtle pressure in your sixth house of daily routines and service. This might manifest as feeling obligations to certain social connections or communities that require your time and energy. Today presents an opportunity to reassess these commitments and ensure they align with your authentic values rather than just fulfilling others' expectations of you. Uranus in Gemini brings unexpected social developments, perhaps a surprise reconnection with someone from your past, or an unanticipated invitation that opens new social doors. This placement supports breaking free from stagnant social patterns and exploring new circles that better reflect who you're becoming rather than who you've been. Neptune in Aries creates an interesting tension in your seventh house of partnerships and close relationships. This position can slightly blur boundaries in your closest connections, requiring extra mindfulness about maintaining healthy separation between yourself and others. There may be a tendency toward idealization in relationships. Today, try to see people as they truly are rather than projecting your hopes onto them. Pluto in Aquarius forms a supportive sextile to your Libra energy, empowering you to transform superficial social connections into more meaningful bonds. This subtle but powerful influence helps you see beneath social facades and connect with others on a more authentic level. You might find yourself naturally gravitating toward people who share your values and vision for the future. The North Node's position suggests that your social growth today comes through embracing more spontaneity and vulnerability in your interactions, rather than trying to maintain perfect harmony at all costs. Allow yourself to express contradictory feelings or unpopular opinions if they're authentic to you paradoxically. This will attract people who appreciate your multidimensional nature. A subtle Venus-Neptune aspect today creates a dreamy, empathetic quality to your social interactions. You'll find yourself more attuned to others' emotional states, picking up on unspoken feelings and needs. This enhanced sensitivity makes you an exceptional listener and friend today, though you'll need to be mindful of absorbing others' emotional states too readily. Group activities are particularly favored, with the cosmos supporting collaborative efforts and team dynamics. If you've been considering joining a club, organization, or community that aligns with your interests or values, today provides excellent energy for taking that step. The connections formed through shared purposes and collective goals will prove especially rewarding. Digital communications receive a boost today, with enhanced clarity and resonance in your online interactions. If you've been neglecting certain long-distance friendships or connections, this is an ideal time to reach out and reconnect. Virtual gatherings can feel surprisingly intimate and meaningful under today's cosmic weather. Existing friendships benefit from a fresh infusion of energy and perspective. A small gesture of appreciation toward a longtime friend could reignite the spark that initially brought you together. There's also potential for deepening acquaintanceships into more significant friendships if you're willing to move beyond surface-level interactions. In romantic relationships, whether established or potential, the emphasis today is on intellectual connection and shared values rather than purely emotional or physical attraction. Conversations that reveal your partner's or interests' worldview will prove particularly illuminating and bonding. The most challenging aspect of today's social energy for Libra comes from the Sun-Pluto square, which may bring power dynamics or control issues into certain relationships. Your natural diplomatic abilities will be valuable in navigating these tensions, but remember that true harmony sometimes requires addressing conflict directly rather than smoothing it over. Your diplomatic skills are heightened today, dear Libra, making this an ideal time to address any lingering interpersonal tensions. The cosmic alignment between Venus and Jupiter creates a window of opportunity for peaceful resolution. Don't shy away from difficult conversations. Your natural ability to see all sides of a situation will serve you exceptionally well right now. Today's lunar energy supports finding common ground, even in seemingly impossible situations. If you've been putting off a challenging discussion with a colleague or loved one, the stars are aligning to support productive dialogue. However, Be mindful not to sacrifice your own needs in the pursuit of harmony. There's a tendency today for you to overextend yourself in an effort to please others. Remember that true balance, your ruling principle, requires honoring your own boundaries alongside accommodating others. The morning hours are particularly favorable for creative problem solving. Your mind is sharp and your intuition strong, allowing you to devise elegant solutions to complex problems. Take some time to journal or meditate before jumping into your day. This reflective practice will anchor you and provide clarity about your true priorities. Financial decisions should be approached with caution today. While your judgment is generally sound, there's a slight fog around monetary matters that could lead to overlooking important details. Postpone major financial commitments until tomorrow if possible. When it comes to your physical well-being, gentle movement that promotes balance is ideal. Consider yoga, tai chi, or a leisurely walk in nature. These activities will help realign your energy centers and prepare you for the week ahead. Your aesthetic sensibilities are particularly sharp today, making this an excellent time for creative projects, redecorating, or updating your personal style. Trust your eye for beauty and harmony. It's one of your superpowers. In your romantic relationships, authenticity should be your guiding principle. Venus is highlighting your house of true connection, encouraging depth over surface pleasantries. Share what's really in your heart rather than what you think others want to hear. For single Libras, this isn't necessarily a day for new beginnings in love, but rather a time to clarify what you truly desire in a partnership. This self-knowledge will prove invaluable when the right person does come along. Professionally, collaborative projects receive favorable energy today. Your ability to synthesize different viewpoints into a cohesive whole makes you an invaluable team member. Don't hesitate to take a leadership role if offered. Your fair-minded approach is exactly what's needed. Pay special attention to your dreams from last night, as they may contain symbolic guidance about a decision you're currently facing. The veil between your conscious and subconscious mind is particularly thin today, allowing for meaningful insights if you're willing to listen. As the day progresses, you might notice increasing mental clarity about a situation that has confused you for some time. Trust this clarity. It's the result of subconscious processing rather than wishful thinking. The evening hours call for gentle socialization rather than intense activity. A quiet dinner with close friends or family will replenish your energy more effectively than a crowded event. Above all, remember that your greatest strength today lies in authenticity paired with diplomacy. You don't need to choose between honesty and kindness. Your unique gift is the ability to offer both simultaneously. Trust this gift, nurture your inner harmony, and allow yourself to be the bridge builder our troubled world so desperately needs. Daily Horoscope for Libra, June 23, 2025. Welcome to your cosmic forecast, Libra. Today presents a fascinating astrological